Hey guys, today I want to talk about the 3 things that determine the returns of any trading strategy. Now, the first one is edge. And what edge is your ability to forecast future returns better than random. And what I mean by that is any old person can go out to the market and say, hey, I bet that the market's going to go up tomorrow and be right about it because the market just happened to go up. They really got lucky. What an edge is you be able to do that day after day, week after week. So if you were able to predict that the market was going to go up tomorrow with 60% accuracy, then you're better than random. And that's what an edge is. It's your ability to forecast future returns better than some monkey just throwing darts at a dartboard and guessing. Now, number 2 is frequency. And it took me a little long to understand this concept, but after about a few years it clicked. And frequency is actually very critical because the frequency of your edge matters a lot to returns. And what I mean by that is how often does the situation come up and align and create your edge in the market where you say, oh, okay, I see all these variables and I know now that the market's going to go up tomorrow. How often does that occur? If it occurs every single day, well, that's really good because you can apply your edge and apply your advantage many, many times a year. But if it's only something like once a year or once a quarter, then you just cannot apply your expertise and your edge as often. One of the reasons why casinos are billion-dollar businesses is that they have these tiny edges that they can make hundreds, if not thousands of times a day, over and over and over and over. And even though their edge is small, they do it so many times that it makes up for the small edge. So definitely think about frequency in your trading strategy. It's going to drastically determine how much money you can make per year. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is position size, and that's the last thing that's going to determine your return. So once you have an edge, once you know how often it's going to come up in the market per year, then you have to apply some type of size to it. Now, the optimal bet size can be found by using something called the Kelly criterion. Now, I'm not going to get into the exact nature of that formula. It's basically a math equation and you can solve for the optimal bet size. But what I want to talk about is the fact that that optimal bet size is usually much larger than your normal person could ever handle. It tells you to bet such a large percentage of your bankroll or your account size that your account would have to go through extreme volatility. And even though that makes your account grow the most in the long run, it makes you have to endure wild swings. So your account's going to be going up huge and down huge, and it just emotionally wears your average guy out and they're not going to be able to do it. So everyone's different with how much volatility that they can endure, but that's definitely going to determine what your returns are going to be at the end of the year, because the larger you can bet and the more volatility you can endure on your trading account, the more return potential you have. So that's it, guys. Those are the 3 things that determine the returns of any trading strategy. It's the edge. How large is that edge? It's the frequency. How often does that edge show up per year? And then it's position size. How much can you bet on that edge? Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.